Right, calling me to order. We have, Animal Services. I do a roll call.
Desart, Eckhart,
Here.
Garcia,
Here, different.
Krajewski,
Here.
Rutledge, Tornatori.
I just got a text from Sam. He's running a little bit late, by 7:40, if we're still going. Anybody sign in for public comment?
No public comment.
Any public people here want to comment? Okay. Move on. Chairman's remarks.
Comments, just not public.
There you go. On Friday, we had the Illinois Humane Society up here. They did their presentation. They talked about that 4 of their major pieces of legislation all got passed in Springfield this year, thanks to the help of many, and especially DuPage County, our legislative, our lobbyists, our whole county board, and then all the communities. A number of communities in DuPage over the last 2 years passed with their home rule authorities banning sale of puppy mills and dogs and retail commercial breeders. And there was several other pieces of legislation. So it was a big year for them, both for what they got accomplished, and then they have a few things coming up the pipeline this year. So they gave out their Legislator of the Year awards. Moving on, approval for our minutes. August 16th.
Second.
Comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Move on to a current requisition. If I get a change order recommendation for the amendment.
So moved. Second.
Okay, any questions or comments on this? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Tony Tapia is a guy.
Who's on there?
Good morning, Mark.
I'm sorry.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Move on to our grant. I get a motion for our grant notification approval, which is
So
for
moved.
$4.5 million. Any questions, comments?
Awesome.
Laura, you comment a little bit, Laura, on that?
Let's talk about this.
Yeah, surprise. Yeah, no, so we did that feasibility study a couple of years ago, which is a really good exercise in trying to understand our donor base and what we needed to do to cultivate some relationships. And then, we've got a couple people that we had been talking to quietly to try to raise the funds. And we had one particular family that really believes in the work that we do as a county and understands that the people that we have behind the scenes too really are committed to doing what's right by not just animals, but people in the community. So they wanted to make a very impactful gift that is anonymous, which in itself I feel like is a gift as well. I think especially when you see people talking about monuments changing names and things like that. Like we've now been given this gift to really call the building whatever we want to call it, right? So and then we have a couple more big gifts that I'm working on. So yeah, I was able to take a deep sigh of relief that we don't have to take the loan out, which is phenomenal. We're still raising funds though, because even though 4.5 was the loan amount, our goal is $6 million because we don't want to, part of what's funding this project is also our reserves. And we don't want to completely deplete our reserves. So the more that we can raise at the front of this project, the better we're going to be positioned to financially sustain operations and everything. Yeah, exactly.
So are you looking for that extra 1.5 million from a small amount of donors, or are you planning some fundraiser capital?
We are planning some fundraising capital, like big announced stuff. And we're talking about maybe a gala in spring. So groundbreaking is going to be, I believe, towards the end of March of 23. So we're trying to get everything, it's all happening very quickly. So, and I'm doing a lot of other things.
Well, it's
as
actually working very
so.
slowly, because I remember when I first got on the board, you showed us the concept. That was 4 years ago. So it's not actually very quickly, but it's moving along now.
Well, and usually you don't want to announce a capital campaign till you have, somewhere in the area at least half the money committed. So we are more than there.
Yep.
So yes, we'll be doing that shortly.
And with those potential donors, they'll still be looking at some potential
We'll still have some
small
naming.
naming rights
Correct.
for build rooms or
Yes.
animals cages.
Yeah, we'll
But I
still
was
have some
also
good
thinking,
naming
like,
opportunities.
a lot of smaller donations, like if you had a brick path, people could put something on brick, buy a brick
Yeah.
for, I don't know, $50 or whatever. And then you'd have a lot of smaller donations through that.
Yeah, well, and that's to your point, there's a lot of people that also believe in what we do that want to feel like they're a part of this really big project. So yeah, we'll have other opportunities for anybody to get involved in the campaign.
Memorial.
I'm just gonna say, or in honor of their.
Yep.
Their animal, they got
got
from
a
animal
couple that have
services, so.
walked through your door.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, so very exciting.
Good job, Laura. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion
Big aye.
carries. Next, we can get a resolution for the additional appropriation for the DuPage Animal Funds Phase 2
So
Capital
moved.
Project Grant.
Second.
Questions, comments? Again, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries. And administrative update, we got resolution here first.
Oh,
or-
yeah, so we have to have a resolution to actually rescind the original loan that was approved. So we're gonna, I don't believe it needs a vote here, but we can do one. I don't know where Trevor.
Where
is.
was that loan in the
Do we need a
process?
vote on that?
So
We do. Okay.
So we'll do a motion to rescind the resolution. This is just gonna, in next year's budget, there was gonna be $4.5 million appropriated to us for the building. Now that'll be $4.5 million, I guess, back in the general fund to be used for more surplus.
Yeah.
Used in
So
other
moved.
areas.
Second.
Any questions, comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Do you have any other administrative updates?
Yeah, I will share that, I ran some numbers to see what our intake feels really big right now. This time of year, it's not unusual for us to have over 200 animals in our care. But for some reason, it just feels like more. But oddly enough, when I ran the numbers compared to last year, we're actually down a little bit. So I don't know if it's just that the animals that we have are staying longer. I think as adoptions definitely have slowed down. So we're getting creative with how we're trying to get animals into foster. And I did want to share that October 1st, we are launching our, what we call the Chicago Dog campaign. So a lot of times people, affectionately refer to Chicago dogs as the blocky head, over 40-pound, maybe bully breeds tend to be up in that category. And we are part of the Chicagoan Humane Coalition, and we have a grant that's helping to launch social media ads. We're going to have ads on CTA lines, press releases. We're going to launch the campaign October 1st with a pet parade. I don't know where we're going to do it yet. And then we're going to have a big adoption event on October 15th. So we'll have some information out to the public about that, but we want to try to really move some of our longer stay animals and just bring some awareness around the fact that like big dogs can be a great pet, but also help people prepare for what it's like to bring a big dog home. So many people get these small dog, they're puppies, but then they grow big, so, and we're seeing those animals tend to come into our shelter surrendered in that, like, they're now about a year and people are realizing like, oh, wow, this is a lot of work. And, I can't just leave this dog home alone for 10 hours a day while I'm at work. And so we're trying to just build some awareness as well. So yeah, we're excited that we're also partnering with all of our coalition members, Anti-Cruelty Society, South Suburban Humane Society, Hinsdale, there's a ton that are involved in this. So, and
So
that's
do the parade later in the day. I gotta shoot a soccer league.
so we're talking about doing like a lunchtime parade.
Perfect.
Yeah, so I'll get some more information out to you guys about where we're gonna do it and when. Any other questions?
It seems like our social media has gone down. Are we not posting we're not posting as often? Or is it my algorithm?
It might be your algorithm, because we try to be pretty specific about how often we're posting.
Those dogs get me every time.
I know.
Yeah, and it's amazing because our person that does our social media, I think I've shared this, lives in California. She's not even here, but she's getting everything,
Friends
online.
Renew, Adriana's.
Yeah, Friends
they
Renew,
renew
their
her
support for her, yeah, so, no, and I still, in fact, I've got a message in the inbox right now that says, I love your social media person. I always feel so happy when I read your posts, they're so witty and fun, and I leave that in her for her to look at, because she can go into the inbox, but yeah, I think it's the algorithms, depending on how often you're engaging with posts in Facebook or Instagram, they will feed you certain things. So yeah, if I Googled some shoes, next thing I know, I've got ads for shoes coming up in my feed. So
It's like we're all afraid to talk about things in
I
our own home
know,
because
they can
Alexa
hear.
is listening.
yeah, they can hear
I know, a friend of mine was going on the keto diet, so I was like, what's that? So I looked at the keto diet, now I get tons
Oh,
of.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so it's
Uh-huh.
I think it's an algorithm thing.
Yeah, I'm still seeing.
You're still
plenty,
seeing
and
plenty of
I
good stuff.
never pass one without clicking a like or something.
Yeah, that helps if you're always engaging with our
Or
posts.
try to share.
And sharing,
Yeah, I
yeah,
share often too.
yeah.
All right, any old business? Any new business? Looks like Sam ain't gonna make it. That objection, we're adjourned.